Get ready for some great music and great stories. Band in Seattle starts right now. Welcome to Band in Seattle. I'm Xander Denke, and with me is David Michael Stedman, songwriter, music editor, and lead singer of the band, the Stax Brothers, to talk about tonight's band, New Beat Fund.
New Beat Fund is a brass monkey. It's a blend of all things SoCal. And it works because, like Cali, it just does. It's G-punk with a pastel dash of hip-hop funk, and it's laid back.
Nice. We'll be right back with more from New Beat Fund.
Hey, let's let it drop, huh?
What's up, guys? It's your boy Bernie Baker here, lead singer, guitar player for New Beat Fund. We were in another band before the singer had left. We literally auditioned singers for a good maybe 6 months, posted flyers all over LA, Craigslist, we did that whole joke. Those characters are real, for sure. They're real, and they're super entertaining.
Work, bang, bang. Tell my what's good, I said big out, yeah.
And it just wasn't working. So that was my debut of even being a vocalist.
What up, everybody? It's your boy Snaps from New Beat Fund. I play the funkiest earth bass from Planet Space.
Hi everyone, I'm Shelby Archer. I play guitar for New Beat Fund.
What's up, everybody? It's Silky Johnson, the drummer of the band New Beat Fund.
You won't find no chips and soda, but if you ain't down, don't come over. Hang with us, get hung right back. How could you Scooby-Doo me like that? They don't know my name.
Bernie Baker, the hitmaker, he is about 9 years old in an adult body, but it works really well for him.
Bernie Baker has a beautiful mind. He's a true creative. On top of that, he's very scattered and all over the place, but that's what makes Bernie Bernie.
My brother, he will never spiritually grow out of the awe of the world as a 5-year-old. He will forever look at flowers and think it's the first time he's ever seen one.
Milkshake running through you. She sports jungle, I let the Zulus rock like Kobe, alley oops. Oops, did I say alley? I meant phony. We was pinky dipping Molly, higher than the palm trees. Pig leg cakes and Captain Jack. Love it when you Scooby-Doo me like that. They don't know my name, so I tell them, ask me why am I saying.
In Southern California, you skateboard, that was what you did. It was punk rock, these hip-hop records, and then a skateboard. That was freedom, Older kids were sort of into ska music, so I wanted to play trombone for some reason.
I'll make them go slow.
Took trombone lessons for 2 years, and it was very rigid and sheet music. I wanted to learn these cool little ska lines and stuff like that, and I wanted to just jam. And then I think 7th grade or something, I got braces, and I was like, I'm gonna trade this in for a guitar, and I never looked back.
Yeah, I said big old dogs are gonna rock like that. Well, big old dogs are gonna rock like that. Save your cutie and skinny your cat. Big old dogs are gonna rock like that.
He started out as a guitar player. It's not as showcased now because he's mainly the singer, which his knowledge of melody is very apparent in his vocals and guitar as well. And so he's at a better spot now, probably. But when he does play guitar, it's awesome.
We looking for a good time. Hey, yeah, turn that. Hey, I'm pumping it again. Pass the joint. It's the jam.
It started with guitar, so I was in punk bands. I wasn't the lead vocalist till this band, actually. Realizing, getting in front of people, it was that way to sort of let yourself loose and sort of lash out. And you get to have, you sort of get the spotlight on you, but in the way that you want it, It's not like kids walking through the hall or, you know, the bully behind you in English class being an asshole. So there's all these weird aggressions and tensions in those times, so it's really cool to find a band, I mean, and let it out. So that was like, sort of, again, it was like the skateboard or anything. It was just freedom, you know? It was like you find out on stage, like, you could just be exactly what you want to be.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Peaches. That one started with the bass line. It's kind of inspired by like a cream kind of like Jack Bruce.
People is peachy, think they could teach us. Tell me take the apples, but I want the peaches. And when it comes to habits, we are creatures. I'm in the Baptist box, you on the.
Like if there's an audience that's being kind of lame, that song normally wakes them up and like kind of brings them into our energy.
With my sweetness, I chop you up and pound you into Reese's Pieces. You got to do what you do. You suckers that eat these peaches too. You got to do what you want to. Before they try to take them peaches from you. You are. Give up the mean day so you can see it.
So Paul's my brother. We're different, but like, we can kind of read each other really well. We sort of share a brain.
My parents are just so musical that I think over time I just knew that's what I wanted to do.
The youngest in the band, I'm the oldest in the band. He reminds me of myself when I was his age. Oh, like, it's strange. He's very emotional, by the way.
He is a firecracker of emotion, but the passion that he has behind everything is definitely a part of our band and completes the circle of our personality.
You got to do what you want to. Before they try to take them peaches from you.
Every band I really got into, you know, I grew closer and closer to music. Like I remember like one of the first bands I heard on the radio was Nirvana, and then like Tupac. I think I listened to them back to back. My mom was really into grunge, and she hated rap, so obviously I loved rap. Primarily I learned playing fingerstyle. Then I started using a pick when we started this band for like more like punk rock.
Scare me, scare me, scare me. Maybe I should close my eyes and hide under my seesaw. Scare me, scare me, scare me. Maybe I should close my eyes and hide under my seesaw. Politicians and fried chicken, preachers speaking into the minds of our children. To best friends, how the world ends. Stock market, blah, 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 equals dividends.
Scare Me started this band. That was the very first song we ever wrote as a band. Our very first show was at a dive bar. We played 3 songs, that's all we had. And that song kind of formed our sound as a whole.
Haters hating in PlayStation.
Silky's like, loves rock and backbeat, so he likes to hit hard. I could probably name his favorite drummers being John Bonham and Dave Grohl. He's a pretty good dancer, so like he's got good rhythm.
We met him wearing a burgundy silk robe with a mustache, a handlebar, with a glass of Pinot Grigio. And he can steal your wife, for sure.
I wouldn't say look out for your wives. I mean, you should always look out for your wives. There's always somebody that is gonna scoop them up if you don't pay attention. The first time I ever saw Elvis perform, I was just like, what is that? Like that, I have to do something like that because that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. And I was just like, I have to pursue live music, whatever it may be. So I just started playing drums when I was like 14, 15, and it's kind of just taken me all over the world and through different bands. Been signed to a bunch of different labels and all those different things, and all very strange experiences throughout my years of playing, but it's all also been very inspiring to keep going and wind up here talking to you.
Lead singer Bernie Baker might not be singing the national anthem the next Super Bowl, but he's a darn good frontman. He's got moves like Jagger, back when he signed Peter Tosh.
Which is the best? We'll be right back with more from New Beat Fund.
Oh, Helena, you're the type of girl they don't know about money.
When you're in front of an audience for the first time, you want to keep it up and keep it exciting. But every time we play Helena, it definitely speaks to a different side of our audience.
It's a very positive look on like falling for somebody.
That's a like song. It's not a love song.
Almost like a first kiss.
Feeling uptight. Hope to see you tonight. We'll drive through the streets till our car breaks down, crashing all the bars that we find round town. Then we'd escape through the alleyway, put a cigarette in your lips.
Shelby, aka Bag of Napkins, is the finest sleeper in New Beat Fund. And when I say that, meaning he could sleep whenever and wherever he wants, which being a band on the road is a gift.
I can nap, whatever. I like sleeping. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, when you're tired, you're tired. You just gotta chill out.
Shelby is an analyzer. As making our way through the world as a band, the analyzer is much needed when the other side of the spectrum is Bernie.
That when you smile, ooh, I smile too.
Yeah, I mean, he's a lefty, so we have a really cool back-to-back when we solo. You can kind of give it the old, what?
Bernie and I will play each other's guitars, and if I were to play a right-handed guitar upside down, everything is upside down. And players have tendencies, when you do them and the strings are upside down, it's actually like really amazing what happens and what comes out. So a lot of like cool writing parts or like, cool things we'll be jamming in the studio will come out just because we're like messing around on a weird instrument.
Woo!
Halloween Birthdays is just happy and joyous. When you first make a track, that's when us as artists feel it the most. And that one I always look back to as like, man, I remember driving in my car just like feeling just happy and like really just vibing groovy. It's just a groovy, great, feel-good song.
Dressed up like our heroes, how stupid are we? 'Cause I'm planning new questions, you're digging up bones, yeah. There's a mouth in my stomach, and it's singing your song.
We were up in the mountains of Topanga Canyon writing this record, and that was as organic as a song could ever be.
'Cause you know you got me, know that you got me. I just hope that you want me, hope that you want me. Yeah. You don't know happy lights up my face. Yeah. Make every night my Halloween birthday.
We're all living in this bungalow in Topanga Canyon that was apparently declared sacred ground by the Dalai Lama. It conjures emotion without having to blatantly put it in your face, which is what I love about lyrics, what I love about music. And I think some of my favorite lyrics and poetry is like You can say things that conjure the same emotions without actually having to say what that emotion is. And I feel like that song does it.
I float off into the ceiling. I got your taste now, it's on my tongue. 'Cause you know you got me, know that you got me. I just hope that you want me, hope that you want me. Yeah. So don't blow out the lights of my face. Yeah. And like every night my Halloween birthday. Or is this a done day? Or is this a done day? Alone we are, together now. Look into a melting cloud. Step into the unknown. And on and off we go. 'Cause you know you got me, know that you got me. I just hope that you want me, hope that you want me, yeah.
Sick of Taking the Hard Way was recorded pretty early on, and it's never been more true.
It's like an autobiography, basically, of like just what we were going through.
I got 5 broke strings on a broke guitar. Yeah, so my turkey deck, mama.
Being able to support yourself financially, working a crap job.
Recycling bottles, paying back our parents, very true. Very, very true to what we are.
My record deals go on. That's right. But life is so.
It's definitely hard times right now, but it's gonna be all right, hopefully in the near future.
I love that song from the first time I heard it too. The lyrics are the most special part to me because they're just so honest.
It's all right. Okay. Just scraping by now. Soon gonna find out. It's gonna be all right. There's no way I'll stumble it back now. I'll figure it out. Just think of taking the hard way. Just think of taking the hard way. Woke up this morning, I was singing this song.
To me, it's always about music. I want to be a better player. I want to be a better producer, musician, lyricist, whatever it is, songwriter. That's ultimately what I enjoy the most.
Throwing me balls. That's right. 'Cause I may not be buff, but I sure am strong.
Is there any artist that would say they love their record label? I don't know. Is that like has that ever been quoted? They're cool, you know. AWOL Nation's rad, and we'd like to put us right there too, next to them through Red Bull.
I tell myself that it's alright, I'm okay. Just scraping by now, so I'm gonna find out. This will be alright, there's no way I'm stumbling back there. I'll figure it out, so sick of taking the hard way.
The journey of it all is actually very beautiful and complex. Signing on to a label is interesting because, you know, we've essentially we're undertaking the art of commercialism in music. And ultimately, it just comes down to the core. It comes down to the internal team as being the most important team, the creative force. We're the ones owning it and living it.
I don't know if we could find the same type of gratification from other things at this moment, because what we do now, playing live and making records, the way we're doing it, I don't want anything else right now. It's all good.
I tell myself that it's alright, okay. Just scraping by now, but soon we'll find out. It's will be alright. There's no way I'm stumbling back down. I'll figure it out. So sick of taking the hard way.
I think where we want it to go is just for our conditions to be better. Just traveling is just nicer, and you know, the wine gets a little more expensive, the dinners get a little better, you know, and maybe the girls get even more beautiful. I don't know. We're willing to find out.
Get better, we got to get together now.
Well, that's it for tonight's Band in Seattle. If you want to hear more, check us out on bandinseattle.com, where you can hear full concerts and find links for more information about our bands and where they're playing next. David?
To stay up on this whole band scene, check me out on Crossing Guy Magazine's 100 Miles of Music page. I'm celebrating the underdogs in music all around the world.
They need it. Thanks for watching. Join us next week for more great music and great stories on Band in Seattle.